All right, in this one, I want to talk about what I think is the #1 money printing skill for any copywriter. And the fact is, most people won't take this advice and aren't currently taking this advice. And it's why people stay stuck and don't make any progress in not just copywriting, in literally anything that you want to progress in, right? And I want to explain this in a few different parts. And obviously, like the title says, I want to talk about obsession. So obsession is the #1 money printing skill. Look at the top performers in the world. Let's start there before we get into the meat of this, right? Look at anyone you look at as successful who has changed the world. Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Michael Jordan for basketball, Cristiano Ronaldo, football. Who else is there? Anyone you look up to has had a deep-rooted obsession in something to get where they are right now. Thomas Edison with the light bulb, another example. Like, he just found literally 1,000 ways that wouldn't work. And he could have given up at any single point. But he didn't, he just kept going, he was obsessed. Same with Elon Musk. Like, he's trying to go to space, he's trying to build all these cars, build tunnels in the actual earth. He's trying to create all these cars, electric vehicles, Neuralink, AI. He's obsessed, right? And obsession is the key to printing money as a copywriter, right? And I'll explain why in this video. Don't just want to leave you on a statement. So, right. A lot of people struggle with obsession or like reaching success in most things because they don't get to the point where they're obsessed with something. And to get to the point where you're obsessed with something, you have to go through certain levels, like a video game, right? And for average people, I don't want to call you average, but for people who don't make much progress in things and literally stay stuck spinning their wheels in life, the main reason they do stay stuck and don't experience the progress they want is because they don't reach this level of obsession. And when they start getting interested in something, say for example you got interested in copywriting, you watched a few YouTube videos, you bought a few books, you sent a few outreach messages and it didn't work, or you felt that feeling of getting obsessed by it. You're like, oh, this is kind of cool, I'm kind of enjoying this, I'm actually enjoying going deep into a topic, and your brain almost tells you, this is weird, this is dumb, why are you doing this? So then you give up and you stop, because being obsessed about something is an outlier strategy. Not everybody can get obsessed with something. So when you become obsessed with something, or start to, you're seen as different. You are seen as the black sheep. You are singled out in most cases, which is why you always hear these stories of people who become obsessed with something and get scrutinized for it, get pushed back, experience setback. People telling them, oh, this won't work for you. Why are you doing this? Stop doing that. And it's the people that push through this resistance and keep going, the ones who become obsessed, are the ones that change the world. Or even in our case here, like, I am not in any case saying I am like Steve Jobs or at his level or Elon Musk or anything like that. But what I'm saying is we can learn from these people. We can literally steal their strategies for becoming the best version of ourselves, making the money we want to make, creating the lifestyle we want to make, everything, right? And this is all about obsession, becoming obsessed with progress. And in the copyright sense, with copywriting, right? So how do you build obsession? How do you become obsessed about something? Well, first of all, when you start to get that feeling of feeling dumb and feeling like you should give up on something, you need to figure out a way to push through it. You need to figure out a way to push through that resistance and keep going to get to that obsession stage. Because I can tell you now from experience, there is nothing more satisfying or fulfilling than becoming obsessed with something. Like, I have been creating my own income now for the last 10 years, which has meant I have had to believe in myself, trust what I'm doing, because nobody's going to come and save me. So I had to believe in myself. I had to push through resistance, put my negative thoughts to one side. All the people that tell me that something won't work, I had to ignore them. Everything. And I'll tell you now, 10 years ago when I made that decision to go all in on me, was the best decision I ever made. And like you guys may already know, copywriting was the skill that I learned, the high value skill I learned that took me out of like working a 9 to 5 into being able to build the life that I wanted, which was, you know, a life that didn't have an income ceiling. It didn't have boundaries on where I had to or could live. So I could live anywhere, I could travel. So it's flexible. I wanted to work from my laptop or be flexible enough to do that. And it all came through being obsessed. Like obsessed and curious. Curiosity is another topic for another video, but obsession here is the thing that you need to learn how to embrace, okay? So if you are, you know, maybe you've started on the path to becoming a copywriter, right? Maybe you sent a few outreach messages and you got no response. And you're wondering like, why is this not working? It's easy to give up on. Like, most people give up because it's easy to stop. It's easy to fall back into that, well, maybe I'm not meant for copywriting. And that's, a lot of people do that. A lot of people literally try a few outreach messages and then get disappointed because it didn't work. And then they go back to wherever they're currently at. And they never move from there. And they spend their whole life wondering, why can't I progress? Why can't I do this? And it's because you're not obsessed. Look at anything in your life, right? I feel I spent a long time focusing on my business and finances, if you like, over most other things in my life, the past 6-7 years, maybe longer. And for sure, you could say other areas did fall back and didn't get the attention they needed. But now I'm at a place where, okay, I've become obsessed with that. I've got that in order. I kind of now have this business thing figured out. I can take the foot off the gas a little bit with that and focus on relationships, fitness, all other parts of my life and bring those up. It's not the most healthy way to do it, but look at anybody who's achieved success in something. They've become obsessed and they've gone all in on it. I'm not saying you have to quit your job or anything like that, but you have to become intensely focused, because intense focus is basically just directed focus, right? And if you're in competition with somebody, for example, who is just a generalist, just, you know, wants to learn copywriting on the side, wants to earn a few £100s a month, versus the person who wants to make a business out of this that like genuinely changes lives, you become obsessed. And the obsession will literally win over anything. Like, it'll trump anything. So that's my message for today. Any comments on this obsession, leave them below and I'll get back to you. And don't forget, I do have, for those obsessed people out there who want to get started with freelance copywriting, there is a link in the description to my course. It covers everything step by step on how to get your first few paid copywriting clients and scale that to the absolute moon. So if that's interesting to you, go check it out. I'll see you in the next video.